type in the chat box your location and your work. So something like Charles, project manager, something like that. So let's just have in a chat box, please, your location and what you do. You're gonna have that in the next 3 minutes. Yes, let's just open the chat box and then let's have where we can see your name. Oh, okay. Timmy, People and Culture, Lagos. Okay. Ifeoluwa. Um, you can add your work to it because you never can tell, can have people from here. Oh, okay. I saw one. You see, this is a chef. Just ask Timmy. Timmy, there was one chef on your on your podcast. I need that person's number. You just never can tell.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So Gideon, graphic designer, Benue. Wow, that's good. Emmanuel Brand, visual designer. Thank you very much for joining. Oh yeah, where is everybody? Yeah, you see, there's a GM here, and if it's in Abuja. Oh, I will not say much. Okay, okay. A few more people. I think we can do that for the next 1 minute. Um, yeah. Wow, wow. You see, education comes out.
We have
Moses,
Tosan,
that's
entry
good.
level project manager. We have Urena,
Okay.
founder ELG Education Consults. They're the one chopping education money.
As technical program manager, Lagos, Bukola.
That's Silas. Then we have Bukola Obute,
Yeah.
teacher. I'm
Wow.
not forget to. It's not just teacher. It's advanced teacher. Like forget that. That teacher is humility. Oh. I don't know what. There's another name we should call them. She's a big girl. Forget big madam.
Mm, that's interesting. Thank you, everyone. Moj- Mojisola Victoria. Pediatric nurse, Lagos. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. I think we can um continue from here. Why people just continue with that?
All right, Moses. Back to you right now. I think before we even go ahead, let's just quickly do a quick intro. My name is Timmy. I have here Charles and Moses. As we get to speak, you sort of like get to know us better. We'll keep it like that. I think Charles just got his master's fresh from institution, big man, chopping UK money, that kind of thing. Moses in Abuja is doing general manager, just doing God stuff there, making some good impact. Yeah, interesting. We have a blockchain engineer in the house. Nice, nice. Daniel, welcome. All right. I'll pass the mic over now to Moses. Moses, up to you.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to see all of you here, truly. And I'm very excited for what is going to happen here tonight. So, but before we go on, I want to do something interesting. So, I want us to type in the chat box one thing that you are grateful for about your father. Hmm? One thing that you're grateful for about your father, your biological father. Yes, one thing that you're grateful for. So let's just fill in the chat box with that and let's see what we have. Okay, let's
So
go.
what if somebody's biological father has died and
Okay,
you have
in
like
that
a
case,
father in the Lord or something?
father figure or someone that raised you, yes, please feel free to put in the chat box. Let's go.
All right, this
Okay.
might take a bit, so we just wait for folks to type. I think Moses had mentioned what's one thing you are grateful about when you think about your father figures. And if you don't have a father figure yet, it's fine.
Mm,
We'll have those discussions yet, but every one of us was given birth to by a dad or a father. Uh,
yes.
whether the man was available or not is another
Or not.
conversation. All
Okay,
right,
I
so
can
yeah,
see wonderful things.
Moses.
Yes. So Alaba Ifeoluwa says, for giving me the right environment at childhood to grow and be the person I am. That's a very wonderful one. Gideon Bassi says his patience. Very necessary as a father. Odewale Charles says, I'm grateful my dad taught me math. Oh, wow. Okay. 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 I guess that did eventually influence your career choice, if I'm not wrong. Okay. I'm grateful that my ELG education consult says I'm grateful that my dad raised me in the fear of God. Wow. Okay. Mojisola says I'm grateful for his constant presence and support through it all. Wow. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Bukola says, I am grateful my father told me to go to God first and ask for things, not him. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That's such a very valuable lifelong lesson. Timmy says, I'm grateful because my father taught me to be technical. I can service my gen. I can buy mechanics stuff. Oh, wow. Wow. Even rich car self. Okay, okay. I personally am not that technical, but this is a very good life skill. Hands on, hands on. Silas says his love for God, grateful for the opportunities he gave me to explore and be exposed using books and education. Okay, wow, this is lovely. This is lovely. This is lovely. This is lovely. Yes, yes, yes. So let's receive a couple more before we continue on. And while we're waiting for that, I think I can say mine instead of typing it.
Mm-hmm.
I Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So personally, I'm grateful for you know if there's one thing I'm grateful to my father for, it's his dependence on God. Like my father has always been one person that you're about to make a decision, he will ask you, "What does God say?" He's such that kind of person. And once you told him that the Lord is leading you in a direction, he will like go for it. He has lived his life like that, and I've seen the results in his life. So it has been a very big takeaway for me as a man now. Yeah, from him. So this is good stuff. So do we have any more? Do we have any more? Yes. Okay. Timmy again says, I am grateful that my mentor fathers gave me, am I saying this, a new perspective about life. Like those men are wise. Dr. Miles, Pastor David Edwards, Adeolu Akinyemi, and those men I swallowed their ideologies hook, line, and sinker. Yes, 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 yes. This is good. This
We
is
would like
good.
to
This
hear
is
from
good.
more people. Let's spend a bit time around here. And
Oh
honestly,
yes,
what
sure.
we sort of like thought about this question is it's it can be tempting to just see most of the things that didn't do well. Like it can be very tempting to
Mm,
say, oh, you could have given us, you could have given us this, you could have given us that.
mm,
And
mm.
sure, I remember the first school that taught me how to speak English is because my dad decided to to pay for it. That good foundation of good school. It
Yes,
just makes that we
true,
never
true.
went to the Chakajaga school, right? That kind
Yes,
of thing. Even though
yes,
they didn't
yes,
go
yes.
there. So we
Even
like to
though they even though they didn't have deep pockets like that, they just
yeah.
wanted, like, we wanted that,
Honestly,
want us
well,
that standard for our kids.
yes,
We can now fight afterwards. So we can fight, but at least I have to acknowledge that um, that
yes, yes,
level of presence was there. So we'd like to hear from from us some more people. Let me quickly call some names. Oh yeah, now Daniel, Bolariwa,
mm-hmm.
Tosan, Todd.
Alaba,
Uh,
Abraham,
it's your
okay,
daddy. Like, come on.
Mojisola.
You're going to send it tomorrow, so it will be good to sort of like, yeah, let's hear from you. Some of the things you are grateful about. Like, daddy doesn't need to be perfect.
Okay.
You-
Ifeoluwa Alaba dropped something new. He says, I am grateful that my father knows people and is connected. Showed the
That
power of
thing,
relationships as he only needed only phone calls to sort out school or some life issues sometimes. That's good.
that thing is
That's
is,
good.
is
you don't
very
know how powerful
serious.
that life is. Like,
I'm telling you.
it's like that's the superpower there. If there's a
I think
superpower everyone should have, is that.
same vein, yeah. Yeah. I think in the same vein, I also want to add something about my father. he loved education and ensured that to the best of his ability, he gave us the best. I remember the first secondary school I went to. Somehow my dad he had never really been there to inspect the school himself. So he came when I was in JS2, and he came to the hostel and he saw how, like, it was a government secondary school somewhere in Abuja. He saw how things were, saw how jam-packed we were living. He was like, is this what you guys are saying? Went to the classrooms, like, is this what you guys have been taught? The man just got angry. He begged, went home, and he was like, you're leaving that place. And just pulled money. Honestly, no kidding. Pulled money out of pocket and sent me to one private school.
Wow.
The money was a lot. Oh my God. If I remember it now, it was a lot. But then the sacrifice for him was worth it. He was like, you are not going to stay there. That's the kind of person my father is when it comes to good education. Yes.
We have some more. We have like 2 more.
Yeah. So Euodia Joshua says, I'm grateful that my spiritual father helped me define myself. He helped me draw my identity from God. And for wise counsel too. The man didn't take rubbish from me. Oh, yes. You need someone to draw your ears sometimes. I know. And then Moreni KG Ajoke says, I'm grateful for his sacrifices. Man, he didn't have so much. Although he didn't have so much as such, he prioritized our needs. That's a wonderful one, Ajoke.
Wow.
And Akinjo Bolariwa Emmanuel says, I'm grateful to God for my dad. Though he wasn't there long enough, gave me a reason to be the best in everything I do. So that's a wonderful one. That's good.
That's a good one.
All right, good one. If you still have if you have more things to write, please just think about the time. And just drop something. Manhood is a lot of work. I think I'm becoming. I'm not saying I'm a man yet. I'm becoming a man. Because I don't understand people who says maybe when you get married, you now say you have become a man. When you now give birth, they say a man. I say I don't understand. What am I doing all this? What have I been? But of course they're trying to say like responsibility is sort of like increasing. And I kind of like see how if you don't have it together as a man, like you can take it out on your family, right? You can literally take it out on your family. So it's when you look back and say, okay, the best of them is they acted based on the knowledge they had, like really.
Very true.
Like just acted based on what they knew. I don't think there's anybody that wants to scatter their family or wants to, behave badly or just wants to be. Even irresponsibility is a product of lack of knowledge. It's actually a product of knowledge. It's a product of upbringing. Okay, let's quickly read 1 or 2 more before we just jump into today's conversation. I'm seeing Oyetade Oyebola saying, my dad taught us discipline and contentment. This is just to summarize it. Wow, that's a powerful life skill. Powerful life skill there. Alaba is, I'm also grateful that my dad gave us good education. The primary school I went gave us quite exposure, socially and life-wise and spiritually. Lots of my great, intelligent, and well-doing friends come from there. That thing about networking,
Your daddy just knows one but that Sunday somewhere that we just do one thing like out of the blues.
Yeah. I think one of the person I see that saved numbers a lot is my dad. My dad had not just on his phone, he also had a book. That year when he did not have phones. That saw a lot of number. Right?
Yes.
My dad had like a list. He kept records a lot. One of the first quotes I knew in this life, it was my dad. I just saw it. I can't even forget it. He says, self-improvement, self-discipline is the best discipline. Very interesting stuff. So let me see this. Tokbai says, wait, did somebody say we are 11 in number? Yet he gave all of us good education. Oh boy. Wow. I'm the only one I don't burn you. I don't know what I don't see. Only one. Interesting. We're now 38 on the call. This is exciting to see us. Expecting more people. Welcome everyone. If I can't call your names yet, welcome. Kende Bello. My dad wasn't okay, let me see. Let's do Tokwe. Tokwe says, my dad will always tell you to face one thing at a time and give all your efforts to it. Oh my God, lost him over 20 years ago. Oh, our condolences there. Uh, but he's still able to instill focus in me. Interesting. Isaac says, my dad is a great man of self-control. I never understood this until I started thinking on my own and saying life for myself. Growing up, honestly didn't know how frustrating, oh my God, frustrating in quotes, the female gender can be. Interesting. Is that not a bias, Isaac? My mom was a lot, but my dad never for once laid a finger on her. I've met a lot of women, but then there's my mom. But as much as my mom was, my dad never touched her or beat her or hurt her. I learned a lot of self-control from him. See, guys, let us go into that drama. One reason why men beat their wives today is because for some reason they saw it growing up. They are traumatized. There is trauma.
Yeah.
There's trauma right there. So that's even a conversation for another day. So when you have a father who created an environment by just observation, and you sort of like able to see like, oh, really, this man did not go this extent. It does something to the son. Somebody was telling me a few days ago about how it's somebody that we know that has cash. You know, when somebody say you have cash in Nigeria, when you have assets, when you say when you are liquid, you have money, right? Beating his wife in front of his sons. In sons, my issue first is not even the battery. My issue is like you literally did that in front of your sons. Like, see, if God don't help those boys, they're going to be damaged for a long time.
True, very true.
God don't help those boys. Right? Hence why these kinds of platform, these kinds of conversations, people need to hear. And that's one of the things that are trusting, God in lives of men, that there are a lot of things we grew up with that are nonsense. Like, honestly, they are nonsense. One research shows that about 95% of us came from dysfunctional homes. Like, dysfunctional homes. What does that mean? It means that the home did not operate properly. There was one kind. Only few people came from homes that were according to pattern, standard, and all of that. So most of the things we're replicating now as adults, we pick them up from our environments.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into the next session. So this session, we're going to be having conversations around very things that are typically in our hearts. So please feel free to comment in the session. If you have a question, drop it. We're going to like literally stop. This is a live session. It's also recorded. We're also going to put this on our podcast where people can typically like listen. So we are also very flexible. We have a good head start. This is just what's the time now? This is 7:25. So we literally have like a good head start. So feel free to sort of like, no, I think like this. What about these issues? And let's have a conversation. And if you want to say something, feel free, raise your hand. We'll take you up and you have a conversation, right? All right. So we'd like to cover a few things. And when I think about this Father's Day thing, somebody, I'm sure that's one of the first things that occurs to people's mind, like, why should I celebrate father? Like, why should we celebrate fathers? Like, I don't understand. What did he do? Okay, he paid our school fees. Yeah. But he wasn't there emotionally for us. He wasn't there psychologically for us. Maybe it's even possible that somebody's father even was the one who sort of like introduced them to sex. Guy, I don't say it's not impossible. There are a lot of people that stuff happened, maybe under the influence of alcohol and all of that. So some people already have that bad experience with fathers. I'm sure that's one of the places where you say, oh, men are SUM. Don't be me talk like you hear those kind of like, oh, men are this. This man is bad, he's irresponsible. And that thing has done something to the hearts of people. I was watching one Facebook stuff, and so the father was playing a very rough play with the child. So the caption now wrote, "No wonder we don't celebrate Father's Day." Because it was dragging it was very harsh. Like, it was play rough play. Like, no wonder, because when we grow up, we remember the level. That on a lighter note. So if you regard to as a father, and I want to throw it to my guys, Thoroughl, Moses, who would you regard to as a father before we even go to honoring, why we should even think about honoring fathers, And I'm going to drop a bomb right now. Fathers should be honored, whether they are perfect or not. But he didn't say honor perfect fathers or honor fathers. He said honor fathers. Honor fathers. We'll come to the conversation of, oh, he didn't do the right thing. Oh, he's irresponsible. Oh, he treated my mom badly. I love him so much. So such that you're not seeing people, they honor their mom more than their dad, because in quotes, the person sacrificed. Somebody sacrificed more. Don't worry, we'll talk about that because we're
Mhm.
dealing with principles here, not just emotions, right? So, who would you consider like regard as a father? Let's even broaden that conversation, right? Taiwo, who would you, when you think about it on a holistic manner, like who do you consider a father?
Okay, so first of all, I would say that a father is somebody who has nurtured or poured into you. Somebody who
Hmm.
has, in one way or the other, become a source. Because the actual meaning of the word father is a source. So if imagine you have a resource, resources comes from a source. So you came from somewhere. Um, Now, either biologically or otherwise, in every at every point in time, at every phase of your life, those who have poured into you, those who have um, nurtured you, those who have supported you, those who have sustained you you know um, at certain times, uh, yes, of course, there would be that one major person. It could be a biological father, it could be somebody else playing that role. But I also know that there are people who have, at certain points in our lives, at several junctions of our lives, did certain things that that if this person didn't show up, if this person did not,
Hmm.
looking back now, in retrospect, that if you want to quantify the effect of what that person, the role that person played, it really, went a long way to shape your life. That person, like that's why I say I would call it a source that did something to you, that poured into you either at certain point, or that's just been there for a very, very long time. Yeah.
Okay, so let me do the reverse for Moses. Who is not a father? I know you have your points like written down, right? But who is not a father? Let's not even get it twisted because I need to know. Like somebody can just I know one person. I just attended his church for maybe a couple of months, and he started calling me
Mhm.
son, 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 son. My man, I'm like, Baba, my father, like I just attend your church because like now yeah, God doesn't make I come. Like how have I become son all of a sudden? Like your ideology, I know collect. In short, now me they bring. I'm part of the contributing. How you calling me son? Son from where? So I like to know who is a father. Like who isn't a father? And of course you can flip it by starting with who a father is, but who isn't a father? Let's not even get it twisted. So that some people will not claim what they should not claim. Some people even have
Exactly.
issues that you are not calling me father. Am I not your father? Like, Baba. So who isn't the father? Moses.
Okay, so I think let me go about answering this way. So first of all, um, that a person is older than you does not make you your father. Not every way. Did you understand? So not every old man there on the street is your father. Even if by culture we respect, you understand, we respect the elderly, we greet people, we say, Baba, good afternoon. No, doesn't make him a father to you. Do you understand? Aha. Also, uh, age doesn't make a father. Being an adult man doesn't necessarily make a man a father. Like I said, yeah,
Huh?
I know, but
You just drop bomb,
you
yo. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm listening.
man does not make a man a father. Having fathered a child before, you slept with someone and she got pregnant for you and had a baby, and you are the biological father of that child. Doesn't automatically make you a father in essence and indeed. We need to
Wait,
like
wait, wait, wait. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that if I me pour that thing, it doesn't mean that I'm a father? Like you are speaking heresy. You are speaking heresy, my brother. Like I don't understand. What do you
wow.
mean? Can you elaborate?
Yeah,
Can you elaborate?
yes, I will,
Or
sure.
you want to
So
say
just
something?
No, I
yeah.
just wanted to say that every animals procreate. So
Oh,
it's not
no, no,
necessarily
no, no, no.
every see rat, dogs, everybody, as long donating I don't know if I could say this in here. Donating this it does not necessarily mean because I think I'll just allow Moses land on his point, but I think there's a lot. Yeah, I think it's more for first of
I
all
was
a
the
function
first says law.
than
How being slaughtered by horn, almost literally. Interesting. All right, Moses, back to you.
Exactly. So I'm actually going to leap off of what Charles said because when I was looking at my notes and what I wanted to share regarding my father, is one of the very important things that was there was nurture, which for me involves, seeing a person, seeing a child or whoever, seeing what that person can become, and then sacrificing to ensure that that person gets there. So there's a lot of work involved in being a father. It's not just a biological thing. Do you understand? It's not just so anybody who hasn't poured into a person, do you understand, has no really, really okay, I think I'm going really has no right. Like you're talking about the person who you just went once and was he call himself your father? You understand? What is the proof of his fatherhood? You understand in
mm,
your life?
mm,
Where is the investment of fatherhood?
mm.
In terms of time,
Hmm.
resources, you understand, being a source, you understand, and nurturing things in you. If there is no proof of that, then in essence, though, you understand, in essence, that fatherhood is not there. You understand? So
Hmm.
this is I know it sounds very hard line, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for dropping that thought. It's also very interesting how, growing up, some people expect this from their father, right? And over the years, because maybe their dad didn't give them this, I've even heard of people who their father was sending them to school, like money day, but they just felt like the man wasn't in their life.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm like, how do you how do you put that? How do you measure that? How do you say this one? They even carry the responsibility of sending you to school and all of that. But it just
Yeah,
it's very, very
I
hard to
think
be.
the to broaden the definition of a father, I would say a father is somebody who is present,
Hmm,
who is who you
Mm.
observe. So that is where the pouring into, where you and somebody you emulate, somebody that you eventually become or even
hmm,
surpass, because
wow.
it is a transference of life. It
Hmm,
is, yes, that is what fathering is actually about. Somebody who is present, who is observable, who
hmm,
pours into you, and who you become, who can be emulated. So just dropping money, and as much as that is good, is not all there is to fatherhood, because that investment has to be, there's a whole lot of ways to invest in somebody's life, apart from just dropping money. And
wow.
yeah, yes,
Wow.
yes.
That's so direct. That is so direct. We have a lot of young men on this call. We have people, you know, doing this. Ah, I've given birth. I'm like, guy, if you don't know, what it takes to be a father, emotional commitment, the sacrifice, the psychological commitment of wanting to hear a child, the being present, like Taiwo said, on very interesting days that your child needs you to be there, capacity to sort of like discern as I'm growing. Then your father is sort of like growing with you, so that such I can understand the phases that you are in, right? For example, when a guy is married, it's not the same as when he's not married. The way you can talk to a married man, even though he's your son, it's not the same thing. Like it's freaking different. But I don't understand. Some fathers don't get it. It's like, come here, you're my boy. No, I'm not your boy. I'm the head of a home.
Mhm,
like, like,
mhm.
and it's time we begin to hear these things more because we are the ones who are going to be doing the next 50 years. We are the ones raising
Yeah.
the next set of grandchildren, the next tech moguls, the next business people. And if we don't intentionally correct these things, I'm sad to say the fact that you hated it when you grew up doesn't mean you will correct it. It's not about hating it. If you check your life right now, if you're not careful, some of the things especially if you're married, you started depicting some of the things you saw at home, but you don't know. You just take a step back, right? So hating it or hating the man, it doesn't solve the fatherhood problem, which will lead me to my next question. Like basically, I see somebody dropped something.
Yeah. I was going to say that, like,
In the sense of pouring into you, can a woman be a father then? Wow, who wants to take that?
Okay, can I go?
Sure, shoot.
Yes. Okay, so I think with respect to, I was going to say this earlier, but when we talk about who a father is, if a woman pours into you, she's a mother. Because the reason why I said this is because um, being a father and that role and function, but remember, we're talking about the male man and fatherhood. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking to you about.
Yeah, James, go
I
ahead.
feel the aspect of it being involving the male man also cannot be disconnected from being a father. You understand? So we are focused on the male man. Do you understand? We are not saying a woman cannot pour into you. Do you understand? She can. And if she does that, you honor her as a mother that she is, whether she's your biological mother or not.
It's not even that she can, she should. That's it. She must pour into you. I know it's the truth.
See,
Yes.
these things you are playing with, right? You know, there's this wave of, single motherhood,
Single motherhood and all that. Yeah.
fashionable. Whether I know some people get into it without they didn't pray for it, they didn't want it, but it happened.
It just happened. Yeah.
Like we know those situations, and we honestly like empathize with those, like everyone there. Even though I've done a podcast that teaches women on exactly what to do if you find yourself in that spot, but I'm talking about an ideology that says doing it as a woman alone is fancy. Guy,
it's not.
Statistics have shown, patterns have shown that it is not fanciful to raise a child by yourself as a woman, no matter the level of wisdom you have. So when God put a man and a woman in a home, there is something he did. That's why it's man and woman, not woman, not woman and woman. So you see, these things we are seeing is an attempt to twat pattern. And in twatting pattern, it's twat ideology. It's twat identity. So some of the identity issues we're having is because of the homes people came from. For example, if a father is not present in a home and a mother doesn't know other systems to sort of like connect the child to others, that child will be deformed. I've seen live experiences. Like, guys, I'm not playing. Like, I've seen people. I'm concerned. I tried to play that role, but it wasn't my calling at that point in time. So these things we touched. Alaba, yes, a woman can pour into you, but the role of father is the role of father. Is the role of man. Right? A woman can pay the school fees, be there for the son, be there for the woman. Yes. However, God has put something in a man that the child is just nature and nurture conversation, which is something for another day, so that we don't spend too much time on that. I would like to go to the next. Why should we honor? Now that we have sort of like identified fathers, we live in an age whereby somebody, because he has 500 megabytes or 50 megabytes of data, can look at very highly respected fathers, anointed fathers who are not perfect people, but have built something that if you give that same person 500 years with his level of ignorance, he will not be able to build it. Permit me. I mean, with the same level of ignorance. So I'm not saying that you won't get it out. And you open your mouth and you're talking to certain people online. I mean, across sectors. I'm not even talking just spiritual. I mean, across sectors. So there's something around what should be on social media, such that there's no discernment. That's fatherhood at another level, right? But why should we honor fathers? Honestly, like I'm asking as like a Gen Z or a Gen Z. Okay, I'm not a Gen Z. for Gen Alphas, like the younger generation, even millennials who have been disappointed by older generations,
Mhm.
right? Why should we honor fathers? Like, why? What's the point? So, who wants to take a stab at that?
Okay, so let me start by saying, first of all, as a human, you are supposed your natural predisposition is to honor people as long as they are human being, whether it is a father or a mother or is you should honor people generally. Like I mean, on a broad spectrum, you should honor people. Okay, did you say what is honor? No, no, no. You're asking why should we honor people?
Yeah, I think if you look at it, honor means different things to different people. If I'm going
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
road now and I
yeah.
see that guy, I say, Swale, Baba. I'm not doing now.
Okay. So I was going to say, I have a couple of thoughts here. First of all, you should honor people, as human, generally speaking, and then honoring fathers. Now, in this context, we have defined who the kind of fathers we are talking about, and so I'm still going to come to, and I think we're going to come down to that in the conversation. People, whether they deserve it or not. So honor naturally follows values. People who have shown value, who have honors follows worth. I'll put it that way. So you should naturally, a man naturally honors people who are have displayed value and they have invested that value in them, and you honor. So look at those people that we have talked about who have invested at some point one way or the other, who have poured into you because of that worth, that sacrifice, that level of that level of support and sustenance they've given to you. Then you should honor them. And of course, nonetheless, even if so, I would say honor in two parts. Honor follows worth and value, and also honor is also bestowed. You don't some fathers don't have, I mean, some fathers, I mean, the ones that are not honorable, if you want to put it that way, you don't have to there are honor that you give to people because of their value. There's honor that you just do it because you know they don't deserve it. So you should not treat people the way they how do I put it now? The way they deserve. Let me put it that way. Because somebody if you treat somebody well because he does something good to you, so you are saying you're going to treat somebody bad because they did bad to you. That should not be how you should live your life. As so you should honor. That's why the reason to honor would be to honor people generally speaking. And then when you want to, and then the last reason why I would say, why you honor people would be to stop the cycle of dishonor.
Hmm.
Somebody, okay, yes, if somebody has, okay, you didn't, somebody dishonored you, or you felt this person, you have an experience, which is bad about your fatherhood or something, then you don't want to pass it on. So that is why you should honor. You want to honor people to help yourself and help the next generation to stop the cycle of dishonor. Is why you should honor people.
Interesting.
And yes, and okay, so to answer that question of honor, what is honor? I first of all think that the first definition of honor is first of all a heart state, rather than
Hmm.
is rather than the last definition of honor is what you actually do. Is the
Wow.
that's the end product of honor. Is first of all a heart state. You know, when you look at the word honor is there's this Yoruba word, and I'm going to translate it in English. When it's called weight. One of the definition of honor is weightiness, importance. So when Yoruba say "Owuwo lọ́wọ́ mi," like you are
heavy in my hands. Let's
you are
interpret
heavy
it.
in
Let's
my hand.
translate
Thank
it.
you. So you cannot, the outward things you do, if it does not commiserate with
Generate
how
from
you
the heart.
actually value people from the heart, is you are just doing it. It's just a show. So it is first of all a heart state, first of all, to honor people, to to value people, to just see the good in people, irrespective of who they are. That is my, should I say, my first definition
Interesting.
of honor.
All right.
And there are different, in quote, kinds or attributes of honor in different stages of life. That's the honest truth.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Because the kind of honor when you are a young person, when you are a teenager, is different from the version of honor you give when you are an adult. It's different from the version of honor when you give when you are older. So you and your daddy, when you are 10 years old, the kind of honor you give to your dad, you will idolize him. Anything he does, your dad is the superhero. He's the, he pays money to you. He does all of these things for you. And then all of a sudden, so the kind of the honor you give them, at that stage of life, is to obey. You obey them because they are the best thing that ever happened to you. You don't know any you don't, they are teaching you everything. So you are practically learning from them. But then when you are now getting older and you're not saying that your daddy cannot even operate an iPhone. Your daddy cannot do some things. You have gone to school. You know more than your dad.
Wait. Hold on there first. Hold on there. I know how much this thing has caused fights when I was staying with my parents.
Exactly.
The realization that you literally know more than your parents,
more than your dad,
is a problem.
It's a problem.
So they will tell you, I'm your father. I know more than you. I have experience. Now me born you.
Yeah.
So that thing you touched there, another topic entirely. But you know what? But let's hush it there a bit. Moses, quickly, so that I can jump onto the next thing and I can take questions and conversations from people, about 45, 46 of us who are currently on the call. What can you add to this? Do you think there's anything to add? If there's nothing, I can literally just move on, because I will just give that in a full, just in a masterclass.
Yes, honestly, I would say he did. And I just have, two things really to add, because he really took a number of things out of my notes, which is lovely.
Sure.
With respect to, first of all, why we should honor fathers, I was going to start because of the seed principle. And here's what I mean about it. Since we're talking about principles, one of the guiding principles of this world that we live in, do you understand, actually, is sowing and reaping. And many people don't realize this. Honor is something that you sow, and it's a seed that brings the harvest. Exactly. And it is also equally important when, like you said, you're talking about ending a cycle of dishonor and beginning a new chapter. Do you understand? This becomes even more important, actually. The seed principle. So, arrogating honor to someone, not necessarily because of what they have done. And in this case now, let me talk about direct fathers. I know earlier when we were talking about who a father is and who a father is not, we talked about fathers maybe who had one or two issues who were, flaws. You understand? Even they, on the basis of their position and who they are actually worthy of honor. Not necessarily because of them and what they have done to deserve it or not.
So that's like positional. Is that like positional honor?
Positional honor.
You arrogate it to them also because of your own future. and what that act, you understand, will bring for you in the years to come. I think this is something very important because at the beginning you talked about people who go online and say all sorts of things. You understand? Just because they have what freedom of expression. You don't do that. No, even if the person is wrong, you don't do that. There is a consequence for that kind of thing because of the way this world is structured. But and I just felt that's just the one thing, the basic thing I wanted to say about honor. You understand? So
this is serious. Like me, I don't even know what to talk again. Like you guys are just doing a fantastic job. Like honestly, like I'm learning from you guys. Like typically, like to see honor from this like perspective. You know, I hear positional honor. I hear honor that follows value, like impute sacrifice. There's an honor that comes from that, right? That means you can't just gonna be demanding honor when you've not done anything. Like, like wait, how, right? So the fact that I gave birth to a child, that's positional honor. The child should honor me, right? When I invest in that child, also it sort of like upgrades the level of like honor. When I now go ahead in life to do something like really, really major, the child then begins to honor me because of that experience. So you can see that it's sort of like at different levels, right? And I know that not all of us had fathers who gave us that experience, but we are saying this is how it should be. Look at what Moses said about the world, the way the world is. Your words are seeds.
They are seeds.
You use your words to transfer honor or dishonor. Some people have diseases right now that it was because they talked against authority figures. And when we say authority figures, don't just think pastors. Some just think it's just pastors. There are authority figures everywhere. And it's something in our age we should stop. Like it's a cancer. It's a problem. Something goes viral. You just talk. There are people who in music industry, they are fathers. Like guy, they literally and held the music industry. God used them.
Bettered it, yeah.
Literally. So you just go online, you think because, in quotes, he's an unbeliever. You think you can just talk about his private life anyhow. That's dishonor they are showing. That's dishonor by words. And the system of this world, the principles of this world would bite people. Sicknesses. People just die. Like, it's these principles. Right, I see something in the chat. I just want us to quickly touch it because we're already spent about 50 minutes on this, and we're growing strong. We're right now 50 on the call. Like interesting. And good to see everyone here. If I've not welcomed you, sorry, I can't go through all the names all over again. Quickly, I want us to touch this very sensitive issue, but let's quickly touch it. Maybe like 3 minutes, 4 minutes before we just move on to 1-2 last questions, and we just take contributions. Hi, speaking of single mothers, I lost my father 5 years ago. Since then, this is Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for sharing. I've had to pick up the pace, gain experience and exposure in doing all of this. I've come to certain beliefs, particularly concerning the gospel, and my mom is against it. I'm 25. I'm a graduate of mechanical engineering, currently working as a subject tutor in several schools. I stay with my mom, attend at church, but I have my own church, which I've also attended. And every time I come home, it causes issues at home. So if I understand, is the question, how can you sort of like reduce the issue, or like what's the question specifically? So I'll wait for that, but I can discern like you're asking a question or are you making a comment? Daniel, I'd like to like sort of like corroborate that, and why we come to take that. But just looking at this, you are saying right now, I'm just going to preach what someone preached a few years ago. Get out of your father's house. There's a time to get out. You just need to know it. You need to know it. But let me hear your question. But from what I see right now, you literally can take care of yourself. Because the moment you are still under somebody's roof, oh boy, they deserve honor. Like, you must give them that respect. They're paying rent. Even if you're adding to the rent, you're staying in their house, you're eating their food, they are there, right? Except if that's not the case for you. But that comes to the level of honor, right? That comes to the level of, in quotes, you have to just accept whatever it is, right? As I've grown over the years too, what I've come to know about the gospel, totally different from what my parents know about the gospel. Even though they are the ones who they bettered me in church, they took me to church, they helped me get saved. Do you understand? So, but what I know now, when I teach them, they still like, no. I'm like, that's the gospel. You better believe now. Right? So Daniel, I would like to hear more context around that. While I quickly, run through another conversation that's sort of like top of mind for me. So, Taiwo, Moses, like I'm looking at my phone right now. Quick one. This one should be sharp. Can I disagree with fathers and still honor them? Like, I don't believe they know everything. Like, let's be realistic. We're in an age whereby a 20-year-old guy can build a company, has money more than the combined fathers in the whole village. Like, put all of their wealth together in the whole village. That guy's net worth in code is more than everybody in terms of wisdom and what he can do. He can buy a whole local government and buy all of them, right? In terms of spiritual experiences, we have younger people coming into spiritual experiences, anointings and expressions that certain fathers, maybe God just didn't give them. I don't know. But we would know that this one is different from these people, right? And it has sort of like caused people to, if the young persons they're not careful, you sort of like are elevated and be like, what do you know? Like, who are you people? But is there a place for disagreement without dishonoring? Like, how do you balance? I don't like using that word balance, but how do you balance? What's it like, dishonoring and disagree? Can I disagree without dishonoring? If I disagree, how do I express? If I need to talk, how do I express my displeasure? Because you say I should honor my father. For example, maybe a father holds ideologies that are not, you don't like it. Each time you go home, it causes problem. You always fight. There's always something to disagree about. And you're telling me to honor the man. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? There's nothing to honor about this man. Like, there's nothing to respect about this person. Like, what are you kidding me? Like, guy, you don't get money, I get money person, I get everything person, I get everything person. Like, waiting with the honor. Like, these are people's heart states. I'm literally like describing right now. Why? Can I disagree and still dishonor? So I think I've sort of like shared around that. So please share. And please, in the chat section, if you have something that you think you should, let us know. Please put it in the chat section. I will read it out. People are going to listen to this recording. Please, we would like to hear from you. Principle-based conversations. So who wants to take a stab first? Moses.
Can I go first?
I will. Sure, go for it.
All right then. So now the thing about it is, in life, generally speaking, we don't always agree at every point in time on every issue. Do you understand? Like, that's one thing about life. Even, husband and wife. Do you understand? We don't always agree on everything. It's possible that in your journey through life, you come to certain understandings. You come to know certain things that probably, okay, let me talk about your biological father. He does not know, like we said, you understand? He doesn't know the things you know. He has not experienced life through the lens, you understand, through your lens. The experiences you've had and the things that have shaped you are quite different from his, and they formed your perspective. Now, one very important thing about knowing is that, okay, you don't, especially when it's a father figure, you can express or voice your disagreement. Voicing your disagreement is not the same thing as having a shouting match. It's not an exchange of words. Do you understand? Because that's quarrel.
Wait. Before it's already 8 o'clock. But wait, before you go, I have like just on that what you just said. When you're trying to talk, especially in our cultural context, they shut up. I'm older than you. What do you know? How do you
if the elders are talking?
Exactly. Shut up. What an elder sees sitting down. They say, you go and climb palm tree. You cannot see it. And
you cannot see. Oh my God, I get that one a lot.
How do you deal with that?
You understand?
Without being biased, honestly.
Yeah, without bias. So it's just the truth. So here's the thing. As much as possible, personally, I believe in avoiding quarrel and conflict. Once you see that, okay, this person is not.
Moses, you are biased. Moses, I know you're a soft guy.
You see that they don't agree with you. You understand? There's no problem.
Me, I like fights. Me like this. I like fights. Wait.
You like
Moses,
fight? Oh my God.
Wait. I know I'm speaking somebody's mind on this call. Not everybody wants to just lay back and just say, no, I don't want to fight. I want to. Some of us want to have a conversation. Is it a sin?
Yeah.
And I'm saying,
no, there's nothing wrong with having a conversation.
How do we do it?
Nothing wrong.
Moses no like fight.
No, 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 no. But there's really nothing wrong with having a conversation. But what I'm trying to say is that in times wherein, because it's possible that the other party might be irrational. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? I'm just trying to factor in their irrationality in cases where, for example, I've had situations wherein someone may say, okay, they say something, but this is how I see it, and this is actually how it is, and based on facts and data, and then the other response is, "Shut up, I'm your father." That's not a factual, intelligent response. Where you're not dealing with the issue.
Issue.
There is an issue, and so in such kind of things, you understand, you can pull back because I mean now, depending on different points in your life. For example, now assuming let's say I'm a 15, 16, 17-year-old boy and having this kind of disagreement, you understand? I will not say, you understand, I won't speak against my parents, in that situation. I won't talk to my father anyhow. Understand? I'm still under his roof, right? Do you understand? So
Mm-hmm.
I can, for the sake of peace, it's just wisdom. For the sake of peace, I can keep to myself, no problem. I'm here, you understand? Eventually, I will go. I will not always be here. Do you understand? I'm
Mm.
charting out my own course. I'm following my own path. So I will go and I will follow that. If it's in a
Okay.
case where I'm at the stage wherein I'm a man, let's say I have my family, you understand, and
Right.
I have an ideology, I see from my perspective and what I understand is probably not right. I don't agree with it, and I express my disagreement. You understand? Of course,
Yeah.
their ideology cannot be forced on you as it pertains to your own life. Do you understand? Because you've come to that age of responsibility for your own life, for your
Mm.
family. Do you understand?
Mm.
So at that
Valid.
stage, you can't force anything on you. They may not agree with you, but they can't force anything on you. You also can't force anything on them. You understand? You can talk to them, try to reason with them, which is dialogue is very important. You understand? But eventually coming to the decision is up to them. So yes, you can still disagree and honor
Okay.
fathers.
Okay.
People who have not
I hear you.
understood this have taken to lots of dissension and talking bad about somebody because they don't agree with you. No, 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 no. We don't do that. We don't condone that. That is
Mm.
not right. So
All right. All right. Taiwo.
Yeah. Okay. So just to add to what Moses said, good one. Just like the stages I was talking about, when you're a teenager, when you're an adult, you've come of age, you know a lot of things, and you tend to one must be careful not to lose that. The first thing I said was it's a art state first of all. So it is not whether they know or they don't know. So that is if you are looking at it from that perspective, whether they agree or not, it
Honor
doesn't
is constant.
shift. Honor
So
is
honor
constant.
is a constant. It's not a
Ehen,
variable in a
exactly.
conversation.
It's not a variable
Ah,
that
wisdom. Wait,
changes
wait, wait.
based
Make I
on
soak this thing. Make I soak am. Make I soak am. Yeah, yeah. Wisdom, 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 wisdom. Honor
it,
is a constant,
it,
not a variable in conversation. Yeah. Oh, you enter, you enter,
exactly,
you enter.
exactly. So now it's now from so when you are having conversation, having disagreement, I see conversation from, especially between two adults, from a value-based proposition. You don't, you don't,
But
you don't,
I will.
you
You win
wait,
on this night. I'm listening. I'm
wait.
learning, sir.
Yes, you simply because you have a superior understanding does not necessarily mean that it does not necessarily means the person should agree with you or should accept your what you are
Wait,
saying.
wait. Let it soak. Let it soak. The fact that you have superior intelligence understanding is not a criteria that people should agree with you.
It's
Oh God.
not. It's not. So that is why it has to be from a value-based propositions where you are, even God said, "Let us come and reason together." So you are coming from you want to offer value. This is what I have seen based on this. In fact, if you can get data to even back up you know your ideology to say this and this and this and this is what I have seen over the course of this time. This has been the result. This is what is the cause. This is what I believe is this, and then you throw it out. So first of all, like we said, it is not a question of honor. It is now. you are proposing an idea, you are proposing something you want them, so it is now, leaving it to them to go and digest it. So there is no even place for argument at all. And this thing will help you not just in the home, not just with your father or mother or your wife. It will also help you in your career, in every facet. Imagine you are coming to an organization newly, you have a brilliant idea, and they are set in their ways in how to do things. They've been doing it for the past 20 years. You will not come and disagree with the board. You want to meet stakeholders, because even if you are bringing the idea fresh from Zion, they will sack you and you will go. They will, and the company will continue. You understand what I'm saying? So it has to be a easy truth. It has to be a value-based proposition, when you throw it
Value-based
to them.
proposition.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
now they can choose to, and usually truth, you cannot do anything to the truth, So eventually, if what you are saying is the truth, they will sooner or later, just like what Moses said, we are at different phases in our lives. So the fact that they didn't agree with you then does not mean that they might not agree later. So
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
that's
So,
the way I would say it. But you
wait,
can, yeah.
let's take a minute. Let's just take a minute. Like, honestly, can you just think about these things? Because this is not just talk for me.
Yeah.
Really, like, I'm literally going to go out again, maybe send a message to my dad tomorrow, some father figures, and I'm thinking, so I can disagree and not dishonor.
That I want to quote the script. It says, a man's life does not consist in the amount of things that he owns. So, meaning that your life does not consist in the amount of knowledge that you even own.
Okay.
The worth of your life is not in their. So it means that the worth of your father, who in quote does not deserve it, does not consist in what he does not know. Too.
So, whoa. So you are saying we shouldn't. Knowledge is not the first guarantee of is it identity? I don't know. Am I putting it right? Like, there's a difference between esteem. Oh, just put it in your words. Like, I want to put it in a way that, like, we can remember.
See, the value of life is, just imagine a baby that is born. That
Sure.
baby it does not have PhD, does not have this, but we value the life as a life.
True.
So what now happens, what you become, what you listen, is just adding more, how do I put
so
now?
At the basis of basis.
At the basis of the basis,
there's
you
value.
should value and honor. Yes. So
This is mature thinking. Like, this is mature thinking. I know that. I know if you some people who are bought the ideology of woke generation, they will never believe it. They will never believe you. They will keep arguing. It's called woke. They are woke. And they will be walking away. Like, because it is principle. Like, it is principle. They are not the first to be walking. Like, it's just another name they are giving it. Honestly, right? It's just another name. They are not the first person. So you're gonna read history. They will be walking away. They will be slaughtered by life. Life will do them shaggy, right? Exactly. And when we say life will do people shaggy, we don't mean they will not apply financial principles. We don't. Since we be hard, my brother. Like, why is Gideon Bassi and why are you laughing? All right. One question, one more, and then we just start wrapping up because we want to stick with time. And I'm so glad to see C49 of us here. It means that value is being exchanged. We are happy that you are here to listen. We also want to hear your thoughts. So I will soon go through the chat, and I want to just quickly touch one or two things. So really, this one is very personal, in the sense that I've heard quite a number of people. How do I mend? I mean, how do I put it? How do I mend a broken relationship with my father? Like, he wasn't there. Like, this man was bad. Like, so he didn't do well. Is there a place for mending relationship? What if the man doesn't want to? He wants to keep being ignorant, right? How do I still honor this person that I really don't feel a connect? For example, a lady who maybe her father was the one who raped her, nobody knew, and she grew up like that. She was introduced into like sex too early, and then of course it's sort of like, you know, damaged that paradigm. Maybe she now met Jesus or something. Maybe she has not even met Jesus. How do you? Is there a point? Why do we even need to mend the relationship, or let the man just day his day? Like, let me just be my life. Like, let's just day. Like, let everybody just
I
be.
don't I
You
don't
know,
hate him, but
I don't
I'm
hate
just on
him,
my own.
but let him just go with his wahala. Because actually, I don't know if you've talked with older fathers. Like, man, some people are very ignorant and pridefully ignorant with respect, right? You know that your son is wiser than you, your daughter is wiser than you, but you just don't want to honor that. And I think it's actually honor is a two-way thing. I think fathers should learn how to honor. When you see honor, actually, my Buddha says honor is the ability to recognize and reward difference. That's how
That's
you just
it.
describe it. Like there's
That's it.
something different about this sister, about this. That's why husbands should honor wives and wives should honor husbands. It's just how the honor plays out that is different. So my question is, a, how do you mend that kind of relationship? Father's Day is tomorrow. Some people they're in between, they're indifferent. What has he done? Should I? This one that Timmy is saying that we should celebrate. I bet Timmy should get out, Joe. It's not cooking in my life. Maybe he had a good father. And somebody is saying, no, dad has done this. And like, man, I don't have money. Like, how do you mend that relationship? Is it needed to be mended? Honestly, what if nothing can be done? Should I just focus on other new fathers that have come? That kind of thing. Yeah, so share in 5 minutes, and then we just take this question that I see in the chat box, and then we just wrap it up for the day.
Okay. So I would say, does it need to be mended? Does it have to be mended? Should it be mended? Yes, it should. Because remember, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit to some of the things that we talked about. First of all, about honor being a state of heart. And then secondly, because of what we've called the seed principle.
Mm.
And because you want to begin, many people talk about things like, okay, having a new beginning a new page, setting, charting a new course, doing things differently. As a part of doing things differently involves, for example, healing. mm? Healing from past hurts. You understand? And what healing basically is, you know, when even the remembrance or the thoughts of those things, people often talk saying things like, oh, forgive and forget. No, no, humans are, we don't really forget in terms of like the memory is gone from you. Do you understand? But the thing is that when the memory of such event or whatever has happened comes to you, it doesn't come with the weight of hurt and bitterness that it once did. And as part of healing, re-establishing or making that move to step out of that place of being hurt and making that move to re-establish the connection from your end with your father is part of the process of beginning again. Because take note, like we said, it's not about hating what maybe your father did or did not do. That is not enough to begin something new. There are steps you must take, and this is actually one of it. Because I mean, I've also met people who maybe didn't like one or two things about their pet biological father, and they're like, I will never do this. I don't like what this man did to me. I will ensure I don't pass. And they had such a bitterness towards this man that they never dealt with. In fact, they cut off connection. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And now things are playing out in their family. Do you understand? Those traits, those things that they say I will never do, he will not. You understand? But the hurt has not been dealt with. You've not healed, and now it's playing out again. So you've not begun a new chapter. So I think it's very important that as part of beginning a new chapter, setting a new tone for what your future would be like, healing must happen, and then make effort. Now, like I said, from your end, because how the other person will respond to your move to reestablish connection is up to them, not you. But you can take that step to reestablish connection, to mend that relationship. It can be as simple as reaching out to say, hi dad, how are you? I just thought about you. How are things with you? As simple as that. Do you understand? It could be as simple as a phone call. Do you understand? And depending on how things go, you understand, you may or may not even ever have the chance to discuss whatever it is that happened in the past with them, in a sense of
Mm.
like, thing you did to me, I didn't like, some people eventually have this kind of conversation. Some people don't. But most importantly, your heart is open. You understand? You have come to the place of like, this thing that happened, or whatever it is that may have happened, no longer has a hold on me. I'm not bitter anymore. You need to get
Mm.
to that place. It's very important. So I just
Wow.
wanted to say that.
This the way you're talking about this thing. The only thing I know that can help a man's heart get there is the word of God, though, because psychological physiotherapy and all of those things, you go just do the thing, like So, Taiwo, do you want to drop one point, on this?
No, I think he has actually said it all. Honestly speaking, um, in quotes, forgiveness or healing is first of all for yourself.
For you, yeah,
Is
I
for
got that
you.
too.
Is not
I got that.
is not for the other person. And you don't want to go about life with a heavy heart. You don't. If
Mhm.
knowingly and unknowingly, it would affect the way you see people. If you there's no two way to it. Knowingly and
Mm.
unknowingly, it has a way of shaping how you would relate to men. So
Interestingly,
yes.
Taiwo, I'm sorry to cut you. Interestingly, you would think you will not do the same for your child, but you've not dealt with it. You just find it in another version.
I don't, I know this does not directly fit into what we are talking about, but I don't know if you know this story about Eli and Samuel.
Yeah, yeah.
Eli is a very powerful, is it prophet they call him, or
The
priest?
national prophets, sort of like that.
His children were rascals.
Oh, sure.
But Samuel is a small boy from 7 is already,
It's like
hearing
an
God.
intern prophet. It's interning. He came to intern.
Exactly. And his real father was not there. So Eli became the father figure, the present person that is observing. And even though Samuel became a super prophet,
He
he
wasn't a great father.
replicated exactly
He
what
wasn't a great father.
Eli did. He
I will.
replicated.
Did you fast for this meeting? Wait. Ah, you
He,
guys blew my head
he,
today. Wait. So I'm sorry I'm reacting like this. It's pushing me. I'm not lying. Like, so you
Samuel,
can be a
Samuel, Samuel's children were not. It's just that people don't talk about it. They were not this thing at all. To
so
the
you can
extent
be a
that
super
the
prophet.
village is
Like, you
not
can
even
be influencer. You can be doing all those things, and something you've not dealt with. You are just copy and paste.
exactly,
You are just doing copy and paste because you didn't have a prototype. Like, you're just doing copy and
exactly,
paste. Which
exactly,
that's actually how many of us are fathered. What our fathers did to us is what their fathers did to them. So they're just doing copy and paste. Nobody was auditing anything. For example, they believe
exactly.
when I'm talking, don't talk. Is that really wise? What if I'm saying nonsense and I'm spilling out ignorance? Should I still be talking?
Exactly. Exactly.
All
So
right. Wow, this is already 1 hour and 20 minutes, and the conversation is still hot. I feel like there's still going to be like questions that would come. So really, I want to take the question right now. I think straight to the point. Tomorrow is Father's Day. How do I honor fathers? Like, give me examples. Like, really, I did a video on some like creative ideas, but really, how do you honor the fathers in your life? We've identified different sets of people. Like, yes, Father's Day is just a day. I know some people say, hey, there's nothing special about the day. Oh, God, celebrate your father. Which day did you calm down? I know there's nothing special about the day. Relax. Abba, at least Mother's Day, we know that it's like 30. That's exaggeration. We have so been dissing about it that we remember it's every time Women Day. And really, it's not about comparison. It's fine. We get it. In short, I know somebody that says that what are you celebrating about men? That men are the ones that should suffer in this life. I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't need to be celebrated. We don't need anything. That's why we have like dysfunctional fathers. Like, that's why we
exactly.
have people who cannot cry because they feel like, oh, it's not
And
manly. Like,
and
oh, but
and
that's why.
Timmy, just to like, I have an architectural background. So now, if you come to a building and you enter, a very, very amazing residential, whatever building it is, you tend to Then you take your phone, like, oh, in fact, you can even take selfie, snap the chandelier, snap the, the settings. Oh, my, that place is beautiful. You are talking with your friends, you want to take them there and all that. But nobody snaps the foundation, actually, because the foundation of the building, 40% of what you spend on a building goes into the foundation. So,
Hmm.
I mean, of the old money. So, if the foundation is not right, and just like the creed, our creed says men are the foundation of society. The important part of the building is not sin. So it takes intentionality to really look at what fathers have done for you.
Hmm.
If not,
Hmm.
you will most likely not see it. That's the point I'm
Whoosh!
trying to make. You
Hey,
will
wait,
most
wait,
likely
wait,
not
wait,
see
wait,
it.
wait. So the fact that the role of a father would most likely be value-based, things that are not visible, it's not painting. There's a likelihood that we underestimate and nothing happened.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. You touched me, my
Exactly.
brother. Sorry, everybody online. It's just touching me. I'm not lying. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
all right. So, how do you honor the fathers in your life right now? Like, I want to close it up in like 10, 15 minutes. Like, I wish I could take it longer, but I know that we have a question to answer, and we're going to touch that. If you have questions, this is the time to drop it. If you have something to say, this is the time to drop it. Like right now. So, how do you honor the fathers in your life? Like, straight to point way. Like, what people can do. Like, new ideas. In my video, I said write a letter. Like most people don't know how to do letter again. WhatsApp have spoiled us, so you can't sit down and just write a letter. That day, that
and
year, we used to
and don't forward message, don't
please,
forward
please, please,
text,
please, please,
don't
please, no,
forward message.
I will just consider that you don't honor me. Which kind of rubbish is that? Like, so it's just man, like, you're just forwarding to me. Like, if anybody that is here that you think I've been a father in your life, if you forward message to me, I will forward it back to you. Like, what kind of thing is that? Like, why you forward message? Just take 10 minutes to develop a message now. Like, do you understand? And don't do copy and paste ChatGPT. Write heartfelt something. Write story that only you and your dad remembers. Like, do it. That's like write a letter. And sometimes have a personal logo. I just put it and just write a letter. Just write something. Just honor. Be happy, right? I also said you can do a small gift if you can afford it. Do a gift. Can buy credit, but show it. Let the man know that he's valued. Let those men know that they are valued. It can be as small as a drink, like, and that is what I have. Thank you. If you have an opportunity and they're still alive, like take the man out. Like I was watching I like sniper movies. I'm coming, Taiwo. I like sniper movies,
Yeah.
and you know, this man has been sniping for a long time. So his child is now also a sniper in the army, right? You will not believe that because it was not available, it was missions the guy started using to bond with his child. So they started going to missions together because the child too could now snipe. Do you understand? But he didn't have time. He was always going on missions. At that point in his life, the boy now meant a lot to him. He was now deliberately putting himself in every mission that the boy was. So all of a sudden, you just found out that if I go all life right now and I don't have a deep conversation and connection with my guy, my boy, it's just wasted. Like, many people think inheritance is the houses we leave our children. Nah, they can sell it in a blink.
Not
Like
that they
we know
can,
rich
they will
people.
sell it.
In short, most people, research has shown that the businesses of most parents, the children, half of the children, they're not interested.
Mhm.
They are not interested. So what we really leave with children is not the houses. Give them trust fund baby. All those people do it, right? However, values like paradigms, things that would be responsible for the long haul of their lives. Taiwo, you wanted to say something, and we just take the question,
Yeah,
and we just
just to put
wrap
a
up.
tagline on the last thing you said, the tagline is put things in them, leave things in them, and not, for them. That's so. But what I
Hey,
just wanted to say, TV that.
sorry, no
What
first,
I
no
just
first.
wanted to say is, I perceive that there are maybe secondary school or out of school, persons here, or you don't have money in your pocket, and you're like, okay, from what these guys have said, you want to honor your. See, honor is not expensive. That's another thing I've noticed. It's not expensive. Oh. Go and buy Pepsi, Pepsi or Fanta or is it, I don't know how much it is now. Go and buy it. See, oh my God. And honor, yes, honor is not expensive. Maybe I just say it in Yoruba. In continue of in writing, you will be
What does
shocked.
that mean? Maybe all of us be Yoruba now. Me, we are not even
No,
Sabi
no,
Yoruba.
no. That I've said that what I said in English in Yoruba.
You all these Yoruba people, just like Yoruba, you be forming this thing like
No,
you are saying Yoruba is deeper. Is it deeper than Hebrew?
it's not. It's not. See, there is an estate I used to go in Surulere. That estate, if you don't have pass or they don't call you from where you are going to, you cannot enter the place. Do you know what myself and a friend did to the gate? Because that was our last day to. I think it was our NYC. That was our last day to, to that to gain access to the place. What we did was just buy Pepsi for the grace man. If I go there tomorrow, I will enter for free. Oh my God. Oh, see what your dad see, and don't think that it is until when you I like
Never
my dad.
hammer.
Is
I never hammer.
when see you are what you are doing is you are culturing your mind. You know, we said honor is a thing of you are culturing your mind. Because if you cannot give when you have 5 naira, you cannot give when you have 50 million. That's the
True, true,
truth.
true,
Somebody's
true.
raising their hands.
Yes, I'll come back to Emmanuel. So yeah, I'll come back to Emmanuel. Moses, you want to say anything about how to honor fathers quickly, and we take the
Oh no,
question.
I'm actually good with what my brother said.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, all right. Yes. Sai Emmanuel, let's have you. Let's have you quickly.
Okay, okay. Well done, sir. A lot of fire dropping everywhere. Thank you so much. So, I just want Mr. Charles to flip what you just said about honor is not expensive. I was about to think that I'm like, so does that mean I know honor is not cheap too? Like, can you tweak it a little bit too?
God bless you because Omo Baba,
Honor is not
if you
expensive, but
have
it's not
money,
cheap too.
if you have money, you can blow somebody's mind up. I know in ministry, their expertise is honor. Like they will print your name on the hotel, the tower, on the footmat. Like by the time they are done with honoring you, hey, they use money to finish the car you enter. So are we saying that? Where is it? Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fastina said some people can reject the person. So wait. So if you get what I didn't say in that phrase that honor is not expensive, is you are cultivating a habit. You are conditioning your mind consciously. So such that it's not until go and check those who have been who those ministries that have been spoiling people with red carpet. It's not today they started. They have been doing it from when they were not even known at all. So you cannot if you are faithful in little, you are already faithful in much. That's what the book of life says.
It's
So
not.
it is
It's not.
not
You
it,
will be faithful.
it's not
If
you
you
will
are
be
faithful
faithful.
in it,
If you are
you
faithful in little, you are already faithful in much. So if you
mm,
if you
mm.
if you cannot spare 100 naira recharge card and call or send, or
I get it.
okay, let's even leave the money. Spending time. Time is
Time,
valuable.
time,
Okay,
right?
George said I once bought 100 airtime when I was in school, and it was touched, and he gave me. You see, they'll be like, out of the money that we are giving you, you see, they already know that, but they'll be telling themselves, out of my children, that
Okay.
that
So
he will know how
let me quickly
to
address what
he will know how
Faustina is
to.
saying. I think I get what Faustina is saying. So you remember that Taiwo mentioned this example in relation to a category of people. He had said he feels that there are, or he perceives that there are secondary school people here who might not have a lot of money. Then he used
Exactly.
the example of Pepsi. If I want to buy something for my mom now, it's not Pepsi I would buy. Like, are you okay? Like,
Exactly.
are you not going to be embarrassed giving Pepsi? Like, so in terms of expressing honor via gifts and things, it is what you, in quotes, can give, what your capacity, right? Now, and I used to tell
And
people this.
you know what they will naturally like too. You have been with them.
Exactly. So you can discern. So it is, and see, honor is not just what, how do I put it? You can really honor somebody from the heart. For example, you actually can only afford Pepsi and you go and give the person. Eh? And that man who is not discerning, because I now know that I don't discerning, rejects it. See, in the scale of life, you obey the principle, you just sow the seed,
Exactly.
it will multiply. So honor is not just terminated when the person receives it, especially the person is not.
Thank you.
It's the same thing with respect.
Exactly.
Same thing with respect. So because some people are just like, what is this? Kilomiwa, what did you bring? I better get out of this place, Joe, and this, and that is all. It's just like the woman that Jesus said gave that's might, widow's might, that might.
Yeah.
Jesus could have said, get out. What are you bringing? But no, the honor for the gift was in the weight of what she brought in her heart,
Exactly. In the heart.
right?
If you
So
bring 1 million and it's not, it does not,
do you
that's
know that
it.
some people honor with money, but at their heart state, they just want to use you. They don't honor
They just
you.
want to do it for show
Just it's for show.
or
Or
mark
people who give
register.
for show. Oh, you think all those things that they call people outside and they say, anybody want to give 1 million, come and give. You think it's honor? Let's somebody that will still go and be talking bad about the pastor and say, that pastor like money. He's calling us, he's come and give money. And you came out, you went to go and give 1 million. Or guy, you did give away. Like there is no, and I'm saying it here, if you have done it before, go and repent. There's no benefit for that one. Because your words are seeds too. You can use it to play this honor game or the honor game, right? All right, thank you very much, guys. It's already 8:30. This is the exact time we're supposed to finish. But let us take that question. If you have questions also, I would like to answer that. Let me see. So Daniel says it's a question. What should I do? This is causing a rift between us. On one occasion, I had to sleep outside the house by the doorpost overnight. It's really frustrating because the first time the gospel is really starting to make sense to me. I want to hold on to it. What should I do? So context. This
No.
person.
I think he was the one talking
Yes. I'm
before.
trying to put context. Yes. So this person, stays with his mom. He's a graduate, but sort of like now knows newer things. Sort of like maybe the light of the gospel is shining, and mommy doesn't agree, right? And daddy is not currently available. What do you guys like? What can you say about this from a principle-based standpoint? I'll start by giving a stab. Like I said, start thinking about leaving, make a plan. It's not about, I think you are getting to a place where you can fend for yourself. So start thinking about it. I'm not saying leave immediately. Start thinking about it. Start putting money together. Start thinking. Because at 25, like you are supposed to have started developing capacity, your mind, your sense of responsibility to be able to stay on your own, right? I'm not saying right away, but you don't need to leave your parents out to develop a sense of responsibility, right? You can literally develop all of those things. So that's the
You
first
can
thing I
be
want
paying
you
the
to.
Go TV
Yeah, so
subscription.
you can start thinking. I think one thing that will really help you now, especially if the ideologies are not matching. You are still in the house. You cannot dishonor your mom, right? And that is one of the things I plan to end with. Outrightly, scripture says that if you dishonor your parents, you will not have long life. That's what it says. It didn't put any this on that. That's exactly the way it says it, right? It also means that things will get hard. So you don't need to dishonor. Just give yourself a time frame to leave the house and start thinking about it, doing all of that, to get out of the house as soon as you can. Sense of responsibility, right? Taiwo, Moses, what do you think? This person, you saw that the context before, and then we can just call it a day, so we don't keep our folks waiting online.
Yeah. For me, I would say pick up more responsibilities at home. I don't know if I think he said he's responsible at home, for some things. I'm not sure.
No, he didn't say
This
that.
Yeah, if you're not, I notice that they tend to begin to respect you more when you are also taking some things off them.
It's
Maybe,
true. It's
yeah,
true.
you are part of the person buying, the money for
Maybe I don't pay the
electricity.
entire rent, for example.
Exactly.
Nobody can challenge you.
The
That's
way
a
they
good.
will talk to you before, it will reduce. It will reduce drastically. I'm telling you, yeah, it will. So you want to also look at that, and of course, continue to pray for them. You cannot overemphasize the place of prayer.
He's talking about single mother. Don't forget, he lost his
Yes,
father,
yeah,
5 years
yes.
ago.
You begin to pray for her. You begin to because at the end of the day, it's just like when you talk to people about Jesus and all of that. You apart from the speaking, there's also a place where you commit their hearts, so that the seed that you have planted will also germinate. So those things can be gradual.
All
So
right.
and then just like what Timmy said, be thinking of when they see that you have matured enough to go out, they will not stop you. So
Sure.
taking up more responsibility and praying for them would
All right.
be what I would say. Yeah.
Moses, do you have anything? Do you have anything to add to that
No,
um,
no, no, no,
question?
no, actually, that was good.
Okay. So, brother Daniel, you can't force your mom to believe what you believe. Like that's one thing about this whole gospel thing. We keep seeing better light and more light. We keep praying for her. Share when needed. Take more responsibilities. Most times it's the carnal things in quote, the physical things that appeal. When you are doing your stuff in the house, you are paying bills, like you are responsible. She's seen your decisions over the years. Like this guy knows what he's saying. Like, okay, leave him, let him do his thing. So you don't need to enter argument or something while you are still under a roof. And the moment you pack out, and you're on your own, you have your space to yourself, and it's easy. So start planning for it. It might take you a year, depending on how savings and all of that. But start thinking about that. Without necessarily having issues with your mom. All right. I see someone's hand up. Ouch. We're planning to
Faith,
wrap up, but let's
faith
let's let's
ex
let's let's
castle.
quickly take it. Faith, let's quickly take it. We're overshooting already. Yes, go ahead, please. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
For this
evening,
platform.
Madam Faith. Yeah.
Um, okay, I want to mend the relationship with my dad and my brother. And being as a girl in the house, the only girl in the house, I tend to have my dad's ear more and over my brother's. So they have this rift between them, and I don't want to stand as a snitch between the two of them. So my brother is against my dad. My dad is trying to persuade my brother. But how do I bring them together? Because my brother sees every single thing my dad does in a negative way. And my dad, caring for him, doesn't just want to let him go, also wants to bring him closer to himself, but still they can't like agree on a single thing. So how do I handle that and not like standing on one side and standing the other side? Because most times my dad sees I don't support him. Most times my brother sees I don't support him. How do I do that, please? Thank you so much.
Wow. So take a bit to think about it. Take a bit to think about it. Trusting for wisdom. Trusting.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
family
would say
relationships are very important relationships. And many people grew
exactly.
up in very, very, very like fragmented homes. So this is a very valid question. It could turn into heated arguments. It could even become combative, at some point, depending on the home that you came from. So having taken a bit to think about it, what comes to heart?
Okay, so I would say first of all, we don't know the context, what the content or context of the what they are talking about is. So, and of course, we don't want you to you say that. So, um, that's one. But I think the best place to be is where you're at right now. You don't want to take sides. Um, but so what I would say is, so I was giving an analogy that time, like at different stages. When you now begin to you're of age, you seem you've known more than your dad. You tend to lose that virtue of honor. and it's a bad place to be. You don't want to get there. So that's one thing that your brother needs to learn, and thank God you are attending this meeting. If you want to have a conversation with him, that um irrespective of what should not make you see your dad in that light. That's one thing. And on your dad too. uh, I would say that it should just be a little bit. I want to believe he knows him better than we do. So there must have been ways that ways of communication are appealing, and that's another thing too. When somebody who seems to be older wants to talk to somebody who is younger, and there's an ego issue, it takes wisdom. It takes an elderly wisdom, and then the wisdom of God to pass that information across as well. So I to actually resolve this matter, there has to be more context
More
to
context to
there
sort
has
of
to be
like,
more
okay,
context to it. Yes.
all
So
right,
but that's what
all
I
right,
would say, and then just continue to feel for both of them. Yeah.
all right, all right, all right. Moses, do you have anything to say to this?
I
Oh,
think for me, I would just have said, uh, for you, yes, like my brother said, don't be into the side thing, taking thing. You understand? It's possible though that you may be at liberty to talk. Like you said, we don't know. There's a lot we don't know what's going on. You might be able to be at liberty to talk to with your brother or even your father regarding whatever the issue is. But I don't, like I said, we don't know what has played out.
mhm.
But don't take sides. Continue to pray and look out for times of dialogue where dialogue is possible.
Yeah, individually.
Look out yeah, exactly, individually.
So typically, right, when people don't agree with themselves, what do you think is wrong? It's first a difference of perspective. I'm not saying this thing the way you're saying it at all levels. Just it's like I don't see this thing we are saying that's like, and for me not to see this thing, something is feeding that information, right? And that's why we actually need to get the whole context. So why is your dear brother behaving like that to your dad? Oh, okay, maybe dad did not do something. Maybe for example, I heard one joke one time. They went to school, the father took the child to school and they said she come and collect results. So they're giving other people first position, first class, best in this, best in that. That's how the father said, ha! And his own child, he gave the child maybe one, he didn't collect anything. The father now said, I want more, in Yoruba. That means that these are children and they're making their parent proud. So the child, no, he didn't say anything. So when they were now going home, so the father, other parents were entering their very nice cars.
Limo,
So
they took
they now
Okada.
had to walk home. That's how the child now said, I want Babari, meaning that these are fathers.
Oh boy.
it's, a,
Oh boy.
it's a joke. It's a joke, but very expensive one, right? So I honestly think it's difference of perspective, especially when a child, a teenager or a young adult in quotes is getting to that place where they have their own ideas, right? So first is why do you have different perspective? What is contributing to this different perspective? Is somebody just being irrational? So those are some questions you need to sort of like principle-based question you need to sort of like answer. If you're going to be like the conflict resolutor in quotes, you need to sort of like understand both sides, right? And sort of like be able to bring counsel based on those differences in both sides, approaching each person differently. And realize that the devil is out to scattering families. I think it's something I want to let everybody know. The devil is an expert at scattering families. Father-son relationship, father-daughter relationship. The devil is an expert. It's an expert. So each time you see an attack at any level, either due to somebody's pride, ignorance, or anything, just know that devil is coming for that family. He likes dysfunctional family. He likes raising, badly raised elderly adults. So I hope that was helpful based on principle. Like my brothers have said, we need a lot of context to be able to like narrow down to the specific thing that we're supposed to do. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for joining in. One, two announcements, and we call it a day in the next 2 minutes. I'll pass over the mic to Moses, and he brings it about to me. Are you ready, Moses? Let's take a stop for this in 2 minutes. Let's see. We have something for you before you go. So just stay a bit. All right, Moses, let's do it. All right, try to share.
Okay. So I believe we can all see what I'm
Can you
sharing.
press share? The share the other bit so we can see it. We can see it.
Can you guys see?
Yes, we can see it. But
Yes,
if you
we
press
can
share, it sort of like puts it in presentation mode.
Okay.
Is the red button to
Yes, the
your
red
left?
one, exactly. That's it.
Okay. Or is it this one? Is this it?
I guess
It's not okay. It's not showing on the end, but no
it's not
problem.
share. Okay, just run through it.
Okay,
Let's
so,
run through it.
all right. So real quick, who are we, and what is Building Men Thoroughly? What are we about? So, first of all, we're a male-focused initiative. So when we say male, we're looking at the male man in totality, right? So, we're looking at boys, young men, older men. You understand the full scope. And what we want to do is we want to present the male man in his true form, in his identity. You understand? Rediscovering who he is, because there is a lot of sociocultural perspective about who a man is that does not exactly reflect true design, if I do say so myself. So a lot of the things we're putting out here, talks such as this, would be aimed at, painting the real picture, painting the true picture. You understand? In order to help men become who they are, designed to be. So yes, we'll be debunking sociocultural misconceptions and myths about, manhood and what it means to be a man. A number of it has, dropped today. We have men who are, tough men, strong men. A man should be strong. All those kind of funny things like that. We'll see more of this as we go by, and we'll talk about them and give, proper lights. Then we are also about educating and equipping men for, all walks of life. What it means to be a man, a father, a husband, a leader. You understand, and all these things. So that's it for
All right.
and I'm just going to end with this quote from my brother here that says, "When the mailman is well all round, the society would be better for it." And I just want to say thank you to all of us. Yes.
All right. Thank you to everyone who has joined so far. And before we call it a day, so quickly, let me just run through one or two things. I don't know if you can see my screen. So, yep, you can join our community here on Instagram. Just type at Beauty Men Thoroughly. It sort of like pops up. We also try to sort of like separate this video and get the audio and put it on Spotify so we can easily listen to it, easy for reference. We're also thinking about putting something on YouTube too, but for now, let's just hold on that. If you have your phone right with you, you can typically like just scan this. Thank you everyone for joining in. We are so happy. Thank you for coming to this. Until next month, we have exciting things coming up. August, talking about the conference, like very exciting things coming up. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for spending time. I hope it was worth your time. 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 45 minutes, and we still have 36 of us here. Please, let's celebrate ourselves. Like, this is awesome. It's not time wasted. This is so. Thank you for, if you're not here to listen to us. Now let three of us go, that's the gist. But we talk ourselves, we're gonna play. We talk ourselves, we're gonna play. But now look at, you've listened to us, and it's sort of like it's we're happy that value has been sort of like distributed. But before you go, do you have anything you want to say? What did you learn? Anything that stood out for you before you go? What did you learn? Quickly, while I look for one music to play. You can ask me for any music too if you like. But what did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? What stood out for you? We have quotes already on the group. Thanks to Dear Parents who sort of like collaborated with us. Dear Parents is a platform run by my friend Bukola Mobute. They were also here live and direct. And thank you guys for showing up. Supporting us with flyers, supporting us with having us to come together. Dear Parents is a group that you want to be. I've spoken on the platform multiple of times. So please drop a link. Please drop a link, Bukola, in case people. It's a whole platform distributed to how to like help parents raise children. Like where they went to target. They went to target small children, age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like formative years. That's Bukola's team. That's their expertise, right? So that's somewhere you want to also be in this time. So yes, one thing, what did you learn? Okay, I'm already seeing it coming in. What did you learn? What did you learn? Honor is a seed sown, irrespective of the action and response of the sower of the honor. Correct. Faith says honor is not cheap nor expensive. Oh, that's a good way to put it. I would like to see more. We are currently 37. Please, please, please. This is helpful. We just want to know what's stuck for you. What's like action step? What's stuck for you? Tomorrow is Father's Day. Please celebrate your dad. Like you've practiced this thing that you learned. Like please do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your husband. Do it for your sons. Do it for your children. Like do it. All right. I see Tosan says honor is neither expensive or cheap. It's a heart culture. I like how you put it. We want to hear from more of us. That's about just 4. Please dump it in. I'm going to read it. It's on recording. So Bukola says it takes intentionality to really see what fathers do for us. It would help us honor them. Wow, interesting. Olamide says my father doesn't have to be perfect to honor him. Yes, Olamide reminds me of what scripture says. He says, honor your father and mother so that you have long life. He didn't say honor one person, but he said honor your father and mother. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Anyone? Okay, Daniel says the weight of honor is in the heart posture behind it. This is good. Tomorrow is Father's Day. Please do a mash, do something, put your dad on it. Just do something that makes him feel special. It's not. You now know that it's not just about him. It's about breaking that dishonor cycle. It's about sowing that seed. It's about sowing the seed for your children's future. It's about helping you heal. There's a lot of things connected. Yes, Gideon Bassi says being intentional about showing honor. That's great to hear. Let me see. Okay, ELG Education Council says fathers are the foundation and the backbone of values. Alaba Ifelua says the gravity of family and marriage is largely unprecedented by a lot of people. Knowing the gravity of it will help pushing civilization forward. Fantastic. Then Ioda Joshua says showing honor can help stop a cycle of dishonor. Deborah says letting go of past hurt to make new beginnings. All right, on this note, I would have us say bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Have a fantastic evening. Much love to you. See you online.
That when I was a child, before life removed all the innocence, my father would lift me high and dance with my mother and me, and then spin me around till I fell asleep.